Hey there everybody, Professor Cloud here with our next episode of Professor Builds a Satisfactory. In the last episode, we tried to increase our power output by looking at nuclear power. That was a waste. It was a waste of time. I know I'm using that bit just a little bit too often, if you saw the title of the last episode. Instead, we decided to go searching for the oil fields that are just past the crystal oscillator production and found, 3 fields with a fourth that is only about 500 or 600 meters away that we could potentially take advantage of as well. We also stumbled upon a huge supply of power slugs, as well as other alien artifacts that we can use as well. So we laid down the oil extractors on the 3 fields. In this episode, we're going to go through the process of setting up all of the power generators, and then see where we are from a power production perspective to see what can we turn on the dark matter facility. So let's go ahead and jump back in. Okay, here we are back. I've already picked up my dead body and everything within. I've also picked up the blue power slug that was sitting here next to the nest. There's another one up there. There's another one over here. And then there's another Mercer sphere. Oh, and there's a down ship right over there. However, I am going to go ahead and go get the Mercer sphere real quick. I do want... Nope, I'm not. I wonder if I can shoot them from here. There's the answer to that question. Okay, you're dead. And you're dead. I am going to have all kinds of alien DNA to craft when we finally make it back to the hub. Alright, let's go up here and grab you. But before we do anything, I do want to make sure I was wrong at the end of the last episode.
Symphony complete. You are not the nut effigy.
Correct.
The nut effigy is a temple?
I do not think that is correct, even though I am not entirely certain of your definition of temple.
The nut effigy is not you, but sings for you.
The nut effigy is an entirely separate entity from me. We aren't even made of the same base components.
It is a vessel of your intelligent clouds.
Probably close enough for now.
Well, this is going to be a pain. Alright, good. That's the first new hard drive I've gotten in quite some time. Gotta be honest. And I don't really see anything else to pick up. Alright, I want to make it back to that oil field. Oh, there's even one closer. That's the one that I was at. And then there's one there. And yeah, it looks like that these are just spread apart oil fields. There's a pink one. Which means that these oil fields, I think, are going to be perfect for just power production. I wonder what's up at the top. There's got to be something good up at the top there. Oh. Okay, never mind. I was hoping for better. Yeah, and this one's a purple. There's a blue, there's a blue, there's a blue, there's a yellow. Man, this area is just full of power slugs. Is there anything I can just quickly get rid of? It doesn't really look like it, to be honest. Maybe the gas obelisks. Okay. So the oil field was right over there. God, look. Standing up here. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 power slugs that I can see right from here. Well, we now know that if I run short again, this is where I come. Oh, and there's another Mercer sphere. I'm pretty sure. Alright, this is where we got the Solomon. Alright, the oil field is right over here. Right there. So we put that there. We'll have to figure out what I'm thinking I'm going to end up doing. So, oops. Okay. Is bringing power centrally. Apparently there's one that's closer to the actual crystal facility. Actually, there's two that are closer to the actual crystal facility. So let's go find those. And hopefully not die in the process. There's another blue one. What is... Okay. What is this? That is oil. Okay, so we got one there, and I just passed a power slug. That's interesting. Oh, there's a Mercer sphere. Alright, so there's 2 more Mercer spheres over here as well. I gotta try and remember that. Okay, crude oil there. Okay, there's oil here. And that's impure. Yeah, so these are such that really fuel is the only thing that we're going to get out of them. So we produce crude oil at 60 per minute. We create a refinery. And I'm just standing this here for the sake of... If we can do nothing, can we just produce heavy oil residue? No. Yeah, that's the problem. I can't just produce heavy oil residue. Oh, hold on. I got an idea. No, that's not going to work. Because remember, the problem with oil power is that if it ever stops producing something with the runoff, whatever the runoff thing happens to be, in this case it's the polymer resin, if it doesn't allow for that production, then well, there's no reason why I can't stand up a fix-it for each one, an awesome sink for each one, and just send the polymer resin in so that we're focused on just power. Because the thing is this is going to produce enough crude oil that if we use the polymer resin, we could probably set up three fuel generators. No. Well, okay, hold on. No. I'm sorry. So this takes the full 60. It produces 40 per minute at 4 cubic meters of fuel. If I put an awesome sink connected for the polymer resin to just feed it in and suck it in, then I can spin off at a minimum 3 oil generators, potentially 4, especially if I overclock this to say 125% to guarantee the flow. I can set up 4 fuel generators per extractor. And that's 3 extractors. Plus, I think there's one more. Right there. Okay, so let's figure out where we are in reference to the crystal production. I know. Let me do a quick scan for coal. Okay, so we're 800 meters. Nope. 1,500 meters. And there's another down ship. There we are. And there's another blue slug. Okay. Wow, I wonder what they're protecting. I have no idea because I don't see a thing. Oh, that's geothermal power. We can add that to the power grid too. And I'll bet you there's something at the top here. Okay. Let's go back to the hub and let's plan this out. This still is not going to be as much power as if I had set up the nuclear power generator. But this is going to be a quick way. Well, hold on. If there are 3, potentially 4 if we go the extra 500 meters, then that's an extra 3,000. Not net. That's probably an extra 2,500, maybe 2,250 in net. Plus, we're getting all of the collectibles. Yeah, so we need 1 refinery, 1 awesome sink for each of the extractors. And then we need at a minimum 3, and I'm going to try and push it to 4 oil generators as what per extractor, for a total of 12 new generators. And getting the power there is going to be no problem. All right, I'm gonna drop this hard drive in for research because we haven't done one of those in a very long time. Okay. So let's plan this out. We need 2 refineries. There's 1 already there. We'll just scrap it and create a new one. And then we need... I'm going to add 1 geothermal generator because we saw one of those. No, might as well go ahead and add it to the power grid. Unless it's an impure. If it's an impure, it's probably not worth it. But we'll go ahead and add that in. And then we want 12 fuel power generators. I also want probably 2 awesome sinks. I think we can combine those 2 that are close together and bring their polymer resin into 1, but then we're going to need 1 for the other, and then we can make a decision if we want to go to the other oil field as well, especially considering there's so many power slugs and Mercer spheres that we can collect along the way as well. So that's all that we're going to need, which means we're going to need a lot more motors. Let me drop off you and you. I don't know why I have you. I do need to craft some more heals, considering how many times I died in that last fun section. And I'm probably going to die again. But in any case, let me do some crafting of power shards and a bunch of other things, and then we will continue the episode from there. So I'll see you on the flip side of that. Alright, we are back here at the hub. I have turned all of the power slugs into power shards, of which we now have 88. So we went up by about 30 or so. I also converted all of the alien meat that we had, and have converted that into alien DNA. So all of that is now being going through the Awesome Sync in order to increase that, or increase the number of tickets that we have. There actually were 11 sitting there waiting for me. For some particular reason, the quick wire is not going up for dimensional depots, and I don't know why. We'll have to take a look at that in the future. In the meantime, I do have everything that we need for all of the generators and power and everything. I think I have an idea in my head of how I want to build this. We also do have the hard drive that we just got scanned, so we have an alternate for copper wire, copper ingots, and Caterium ingots instead of just copper ingots. I don't see the purpose for that. Electromagnetic connection rods. So instead of stators and... Hold on a minute. What was it? It was stators and... AI limiters. It's stators and something else. Nope. Oh. Stators and high-speed connectors. Which is basically the same thing. I mean, it's almost the... high-speed connectors and AI limiters are created very, very similarly. So, I'm not really seeing the... Yeah, everyone... It's funny, on Reddit, whenever you try and do a search for ideal or best way to build some kind of a factory, the one I was specifically looking for was aluminum for aluminum casings and sheetings. Everyone was like, well, you got to start with this particular alternate recipe, and then this alternate recipe, and then this alternate recipe. I'm like, well, what happens if you don't have any of those? They're like, they're making an assumption that you've found every hard drive. And what, I found a total, I think, of 15, and then this is complete RNG. So we can do it. All right, let's do a rescan. Automated wiring, stators, copper wire, and high-speed connectors. That's not good because stators require copper wire. Plutonium. Encased plutonium cell. I haven't found any plutonium. And pressure conversion cubes. Alright, I guess I'll go with that one. I mean, neither one of them I don't think are very good. Alright, anyway. So, I have everything that we need. The only thing I forgot before we left the oil extractors was power towers. Because obviously we're going to need to get power towers to each of the locations. I'm guessing we're going to need 3. But it looks like I still have everything that I need. So we're good. Let's go ahead then and head over. I did make a quick run to go get some more aluminum casings. So that we can get some more radio control units. Because we're still about 160 or so short of just what we need for the milestone. And then we're, I think, needing another 250 to create the turbo motors. So yeah, we've still got a lot of those to create. Plus, I think 1,000 to create the... No, 2,000 to create the 1,000 nuclear pastas. So we've still got a ways to go yet. just looking around. Okay. So then the next thing would be to go from here, I'm guessing, to there. Because I'm trying to remember where the... I think they're behind this outcropping here. God only knows what's up there. So, let me go from here. Well, no, they won't. Alright, so we'll go to there. Alright, okay, I'll go ahead and do it. It's not a big deal. I was saying, the thing I was worried about is it was building one with a platform, and I don't need one with a platform. Alright, that gives it a little bit of height. Oh yeah, that's right, there's this ship here. Uh-oh. Where are they coming from? Okay, I think that's where they were coming from, and unfortunately that is on uneven ground. So just to make myself feel better... Well, that's fine. Alright, I do want to take care of this ship, too, while we're here. Especially if it's got a hard drive that I haven't picked up yet. But, let me do the scan for the oil. Actually, I think it's in... I'd forgotten that there was an opening through there. Yeah, there it is. It's behind here. Let's try and do it there, and then if that doesn't work, we can always come back. I do want to climb up there, though. There's a good chance. We've got 5 of the pink things. I keep wanting to call them Solomon, and I know that's not right. Or salmon. Alright, let me bring out my gun. I think he's dead. There's also a couple of nests up there too, so... Alright, let's go ahead back. There's motors. Okay, there are nests and spitters. Because there's 2 nests up above. Stators. Gas obelisks. Wow, a crap ton of circuit boards. Alright, let me find out where these nests are. Okay, there's one. Alright, the other one's up there. Encased industrial beams. Make sure I'm not missing anything. Yeah, I don't think I've actually opened this one. Needs power. Okay. Oh. Okay, cool. All right, let's go over to the next spot. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna grab these and okay. I might not be able to get through here because of these trees. This was not the best place to go. No. Yeah, this was not the best place to go. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead over here. Okay, that was dumb. Okay. Now, we absolutely need to keep going up. I mean, come on. Let's, I think, go this way. My only concern when I do these is whether or not there's something that's going to bump me off or potentially kill. Yeah, see, there's a spitter over there, and there's a yellow. Wow. But this also gives me a good view. I think there's a I think I saw a Mercer sphere up there near that nest. Alright, there's one of the extractors. Alright, there's another yellow. With 1, 2 spitters. Really, at the moment, I'm not as concerned about power slugs. I more want to find Mercer spheres and the pink things. What? Okay, so that spitter over there is protecting another yellow slug. Yeah, that nest up there is definitely protecting a Mercer sphere. I can see it. There's another yellow slug there. There's a whole crap ton of yellow slugs, and each yellow slug produces 3 power shards. Pinks produce 5, blues produce 1. I don't know how I'm going to get up there. I'm not 100% certain that there is a way to get up there without other technology that I apparently don't have. Or different fuel. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and head over. Alright, where's my power tower? Because what I'm going to do is take the power tower back. Nope. Create a new one and scrap this one. Okay. Yeah, let's go there. Okay. Now. And then there's... It looks like there might be 3 over there. Ah, crap. Okay. I'm going to have to cut some things down. Okay, so this is where the 2 extractors are. The 3rd extractor is then past this one down on the beach. I really want to know what's up there. I mean, there's a freaking waterfall up there, for God's sakes. Okay, my one problem here is that I put this a little bit too close. I don't think it matters. So let's do this. Oh, wow. That's a new thing. They added sound effects when you take down big trees like that. That's pretty cool. I like that. I gotta be honest. Alright, let's take you down. Alright, dude, you're kind of in my way here. Oh, that clipped. No. Alright. I know I shouldn't care. It's a freaking video game, for God's sakes, but yeah. I don't want it clipping. Or keeping the clipping to a minimum. Alright. So, here is my thought process, or my plan. Each one of these need to run into a refinery. The refinery is going to produce the heavy sludge and the polymer resin, if I remember correctly. We already have one refinery over here. It's not in a good place, but it is right here. And then my thought is that they might actually be producing fuel. I think I can put the refinery down right in front of this one. Well, first of all, I guess let's figure out what the best way is to do this. Because my thought is I'm going to put the oil extractor and the refinery like right next to one another or in front of one another. And then whatever comes out of the refinery, here, we'll go over here to this refinery, is going to go up. And we'll put all of the power generators up. Okay, yeah, so this is producing straight fuel. So the fuel is what we'll need for the generators. So if we send the fuel directly up, we can, and of course that's going to require a pump, but as long as it doesn't go too far, we should be fine. We'll get 3 to 4, I'm going to start with 3, but potentially 4 generators running just up above. That way we're not using up too much of the ground here. And I can very easily, well, maybe not so much here, certainly over on that one, I can set up the second floor and connect it directly to, you know, that. Oh, there's a blue slug up there. So, all right, let me get rid of you. I think what I'm going to do then is I'm going to put the refinery here. And do that. Except for it didn't take. Then all I have to do is create... Yeah, actually, that's perfect. And then this can go straight up. So I just need to set up the second floor. Alright. So let's do a little bit of architecture. Alright, let me go up, see if this is good enough, or if I need to Go up higher. I'll definitely need to go up higher. I don't know why it does that. Why will it not put it up top? Well, I need to go up one more anyway. I don't understand why it needs to go needs to be centered. I don't know why it won't let me go up on top. Oh, hold on. There we go. Because of my positioning. That's why. Okay. Oh. All right. All right, the fuel's going to come out there, so if I can just put a floor fuel port. Oh, crap. You know what? I don't think I ever unlocked the floor or wall openings for pipes. Shoot. Allows fluids to be transported 20 meters. Okay, how big are these? 4 meters. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Means I need Mark II pumps. 50 meters. I mean, I've got what I need. That's not the issue, thankfully. But I didn't realize it was going to be... Okay. I don't think I care that much that I don't have the... I mean, it would be cleaner. Let's be honest. It would be cleaner if I went up through the floor. But I don't want to take the time to go all the way through. Alright, let me put a ladder. Okay. Not really sure why it did it at an angle to the floor, but, yeah, whatever. Oh, shoot. Well, okay, hold on. I don't remember how big the generators are. Yeah, I need at least one more row. And I suppose there's nothing that would prevent me from doing that. Yeah, okay. We'll leave it like this. Alright, so... I need to have a splitter. Well, shoot. What am I hearing? Oh, it's one of those. Okay, I didn't realize he was right there. I really would feel better with this going up through the floor. Yeah, I would really feel better with this going up through the floor. So the other thing that I'm thinking about doing is we've got polymer resin coming out of here. And, oh, I need water. Never mind. I was thinking that maybe I could just turn the polymer resin directly into plastic, but you need water as well. And getting water here is going to be difficult. Doing it down here at the other oil extractor isn't going to be a problem because it's right there next to the water. So I might be able to actually create some extra plastic along the way. God, look at all of the slugs. I swear to God. I really need to get some more Mercer spheres and the pink things. Okay. I'm going to go back and unlock the floor ports for piping. I'm sorry. I will see you on the other side when I get back. Okay, I have made it back to the power towers. I've unlocked everything. I set the hard drive up for scanning, and I'd forgotten there's a geothermal vent right here, and I do have everything that I need to stand it up, so I do want to go ahead and do that real quick before we go back to the power generators, the oil generators. Okay, I don't know what just happened there. Okay, we need to run. Oh, I know what happened. I think the geothermal vent blew me away, literally. Okay. Alright, let me see what level of vent this is. Oh, it's pure. Okay. Then yeah, we definitely want to put the geothermal vent power here. Yeah. And then, can I run it? Yep, there we go. So that's a very quick addition of power. Let me see if I can find out how much. Between 200 and 600. Okay. Yeah, so that's very much worth wasting the time for. Alright, I'm going to go, instead of going the direction of the cables, let me grab you. And by the way, I was wrong. I gave you all bad information. It's not 1 for blue, 2 for yellow, 5 for pink. It's actually 1 for blue, 2 for yellow, 5 for pink. I think I said 3 for yellow. Okay, so I have gotten what I need. It should be either under organization or logistics. Logistics. Okay, here we go. There's the wall hole and there's the floor hole. So let's line this up. Probably to be about there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to bring it to the ground, and that way it looks a little bit cleaner. Really wish there was a... Crap, come on. Okay, so there's that. We're only going to need a Mark 1. Alright, we're going to need a Mark 2 pump. Alright, man research is complete. Oh, I hadn't set... Okay, here we go. Oh, I've got to make... I got to do some of the polymer resin. That's right. All right, so this is going into an awesome sink. The polymer resin is going directly into an awesome sink. And I just realized... Okay, hold on. Okay, there we go. Up and right on a tree. Okay. Actually, you know what? Here, let's put the awesome sink over here. That way it's at least clean. Okay. Now, let's go ahead and get this power up and running. Alright, so we're going to need... Okay. Alright, let's put our first one here. Ooh, boy. That's not going to work. Oh, shoot. That wasn't stopping anything, but I'm glad I picked up on it. I'm curious about something. Hold on. Okay, it is going the right direction. I've done that before in the past where I haven't had the pump pushing the fluid up the right way. Oh, I know something I can do. Note power. Ah, these things are so huge. Why is the surface uneven? Alright, so we go there. And then can I go from here? Like that. Okay. Alright, this just shows as idle. See, this is my worry right now, is that it's not filling up to a full 10.7. It only needs one. Look, at the end of the day, this only needs one. See, this is my concern, is that this number here keeps going down. And I'm betting the same is going to be true here. Yeah, so it's not producing enough per minute. All right, I think there's something I can do about that. I can't see from here. So we bump it up to 150%. All right, that's now up to, it's getting into the 20 range, but it's also dropping. Which is absolutely my concern. Yeah, because actually me bumping this to 150% really doesn't necessarily help the matter if the oil supply can't support it. And it kind of is at the moment. Nope, it's not. Yeah, this isn't helping. Because these are impure fields, I may only be able to do 2 generators each. And maybe that's what I focus on for now, is just the 2 generators each. Actually, I think my better bet is to get rid of this one. I mean, we're definitely getting a lot more overhead now. We're almost up to between 2,500 and 3,000, and I still have 2 more extractors to use. Now, if there's ever a way, like if I could end up using those pink things to eventually double the amount of crude oil, then that would allow me to get more fuel. But I don't think I'm going to be able to do as much as I wanted to out of this. The other thing is I could remove... I could remove this from being on the top floor, up on the second floor. There, if I'm only going to do 2 or 3 each, I think there's enough space that I could actually do it all on the ground. I think there's a down ship over there. I'm pretty sure there is. Alright, we're going to wrap up this episode with this. There's iron ore. Kind of a weird place for an iron vein. There's some uranium. Alright, there's no uranium up there. It's just that one little thing. Okay, dude. Oh, shit. Whew. Oh. Man, I'm just getting shot from all sides. Oh, okay, can't. That's not part that I can... Alright, good.
Surface genetic sampling indicates this freighter may have come from a planet run by apes.
Planet of the Apes. There's a pink slug. There's a yellow slug. Oh, there's so much great stuff. I really want to know what's up there. Alright, I'm not going over there yet. Okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to change plans. I'm going to scrap... So they're still going. I really think I can get 3 out of this, but I think I'm going to need to do this all on the ground. So we're going to scrap this idea. And I'm going to apologize now because this means that this is going to be a little bit of a longer episode. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay floor. Okay. All right. All right, I can't go too much further. Okay. I don't know why. Oh, I do know why. Okay. Then let me do this. Like that, maybe. Okay. So what I want to do then is bring you all right, let me put a splitter there. Except for, of course, it would do that instead. Okay, that's already a Mark II. Okay, so we're getting 150. Ooh, it dropped down really, really fast. Okay, it's not doing consistent. But the numbers are constantly going up. Okay. And that pipe's getting a flow of 50 some per minute. Okay. So, next. Okay. Okay. So So we're back to the 2. This one isn't quite... All right, this one's staying even. And this one seems to be staying even, or pretty close to it. I wonder if a pump wouldn't help. Because my problem is, I don't understand why this particular pipe is getting such inconsistent flow rate. This one either, for that matter. It just... God, I get so frustrated with coffee stains, implementation of fluid dynamics. It's like they don't understand. They tell you that this is producing, as long as this remains constant, that this is producing a consistent 40 per minute, therefore this should be 40 per minute. Consistent. And that's not happening. Alright, let me bump this up to 125. Because, okay, at 125, the amount of crude oil being processed is still fine. We know at 150, it doesn't maintain a consistent amount. So this is a lot better. That's still fine. Okay, this is now going up. It's slow, but it's going up. So maybe what I do then is I wait for this one to get to 50. Sort of like what I do with coal when I wait for the coal to fill up. Wait for this to get to 50. Then we connect the last one. Let it fill up without connecting the power. And then we'll go ahead and turn it on. So do the exact same thing. Okay. Well, we are in really good shape. That's an extra 750 worth of power, plus the 200 to 600 that we're getting from the geothermal. We're going to get another 500 to 750 over here. We're going to get another 500 to 750 down there. And that will get us moving in a very positive direction from a power perspective. And then hopefully we can finally start creating some of the dark matter items. So with that, I'm going to wrap up the episode here. Again, I apologize for the long episode. Hopefully I was able to trim out some of the enough of it so that it wasn't quite too long. But we're really, really getting into a positive spot. At some point, I do want to go back and see how many biochemical sculptors we've crafted, because they've been running this whole entire time. And then, as I said, once I get all of this oil power set up, I want to go back and turn on the dark matter production facility so that we can create the pieces that are going to eventually make up the AI expansion server. So with that, I hope you've been enjoying the content. And if you have, please make sure to hit that like, subscribe, and comment button. And hopefully I'll see you in the next episode. Talk to you soon.